Welcome back to the One Room Mushroom Farm. Today we're doing a little bit of a daily stir, and we're going to do a spawn review. Here we have some Florida oyster spawn. Some pretty good mycelial growth throughout it. This one's been going since the 16th, so about 25 days now. We're on about day 25 of the mycelial growth. And I'm just going to go through today and take a look at all the different spawns I've created. Spawn bags, I should say. May not be the best view because it's hard to see through the plastic, but we definitely have mycelium growing. Very nice. And I don't really need to shake this stuff, but we just want to take a little look at what we're growing, right? This will be used soon. And I should be able to inoculate 4 5-pound blocks with this, and that's really kind of overkill. You could probably inoculate 10 blocks with the same bag right here. Now we have another spawn for my Italian oyster. This one has a lot thicker growth on top there. Definitely growed out very well in between the grains. Nice thick mycelial mat. Is exactly what you want to see in your grain spawn. Now in the past, I've never bought grain spawn before. I've never made grain spawn before except for these little tiny grain spawn jars. So I don't have a lot of experience with what I'm looking for. But I've made grain spawn in this grain spawn jar here. And this jar was also made on the same day as the grain spawn bag. Not quite as much growth though if you look at them side by side. Now what's the reason for that, do you think? And you have a couple thick spots of mycelium up top here. Well, it's because the airflow in this thing is a tiny little syringe filter. And the airflow in this thing is a nice filter patch. So that's a lesson I learned pretty quickly. Yeah, I made a bunch of liquid culture lids, and I used liquid culture lids for my grain spawn jars. And it grew. I mean, it definitely grew. If you look through it, there's mycelium all the way to the bottom. I used these jars to inoculate most of those bags. So it works. But you can see by an efficiency standpoint how this works so much better. I mean, look at the mycelium growing on top of that thing. Once again, this is your Italian Phoenix oyster right here. 25 days of growth. And I don't see any contamination in there. Do you? You spot any mold spores? I don't see anything. You would see green. You would see wet spots. Most importantly, you would not see mycelium growing. You would see unhealthy looking grains. You'd see what you don't want to see. Alright, there's your Italian oyster. Yeah, we still got those up here. We're not forgetting about those. This is after all the daily stir. Let's get this bad boy going. Now we have a Black Pearl King. Now this oyster, I guess it's an oyster mushroom. I'm not really sure how that works. Problem with this one is it wants to fruit in really cold weather. I may not even be able to fruit this year, or at least this summer. But there's definitely some mycelium growing on it, no doubt about that. And I've already done a break and shake on these bags. There's really no purpose of me doing this but my own entertainment here. You know what I mean? But when I inoculated these bags, you see this filter patch. Oh, sorry, this is the filter patch up here. You see this inoculation port here. It's made out of a self-sealing material, so you're able to stick your syringe through there, squirt in your liquid culture. You know, one of these guys here. And actually, you know, Italian oyster right there, that's liquid culture for this. Actually, as a matter of fact, this very jar made this. Oh, wait a second. Sorry, these are Black Pearl Kings. So yeah, this jar here of Italian oyster made this grain spawn bag of Italian oyster. You know, I made the jar on 4/3, made the bag on 4/16. So 13 days. Next we have a interesting newcomer to the scene. Just kidding, it's a patty straw. One I'm not sure how to grow as well. I bought 2 strains which I'm not sure I'll be able to grow. Black Pearl King and patty straw. Patty straw is, looks like it's going pretty well. I don't even want to disturb the mycelium on this one. I mean, even though I probably could. I'm just going to let it be. Because I may not use this anytime soon, because it's pretty cold still at night here where I'm living. And this mushroom wants to be very hot, and I just don't think I have the weather for that right now. Alright, what else do we got down here? Now we have a Pohu oyster. My understanding is this is from the name, it's some sort of Asian variety, right? No idea what the difference is between this and your blue oyster, pink oyster. You know, does it taste different? Does it grow different? Does it need different fruiting conditions? I'm not really sure. You know, I think it should be pretty similar. But I don't know. This is all research I'll have to do as I grow these. But you can see there's some nice mycelium growing in there. Well, I hope you can see it. I don't really know how good your view is going to be on this video. Let me know if this is a boring or stupid idea. But we're just checking out the grain spawn today. Checking it out. Yep, once again we got the very jar that created the grain spawn. You want to see the liquid culture and the result of the liquid culture. That's stage 1. This is stage 2. That's stage 3. Your mushroom liquid culture goes into grain spawn, and the grain spawn goes into mushroom production blocks. These are 5-pound blocks. Through the life of the block, it's expected to harvest between 1 to 3 pounds, 1 to 2 pounds maybe. And that's between 1 to 3 flushes. So your mushrooms will grow, you'll harvest them, they'll grow again, you'll harvest them again. Up to 3 times is the idea. I've never done this before. No idea how it's going to work out. But this is the grain spawn. We got one more grain spawn to look at. If you guys want to stay with me, we got one more to review. Little grain spawn review. Why not? So we just did the Pohu review. Now we're looking at an elm oyster. This one has been one of the fastest colonizers of the grain spawn and also the liquid culture. It's also the one that grows up the size of the jar the best, which I don't know if that's really significant. But you see that elm oyster is really just taking over the walls of this jar. Now this is the same liquid culture from the same original syringe, but I did not harvest this jar yet. So you'll see it's still got the full 300 milliliters of fluid I started with. So the jar I used for this one is just in my other box down here. It's still there. Still active, still clean. So that's our elm oyster. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a strain review as far as grain spawn goes. I don't know what you can really tell from just the grain spawn. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out the liquid cultures one more time. If you like this, let me know. You know, if you don't like watching the liquid culture stir up, I don't have to show this. But if I'm doing this every day anyway, and I want to talk to you guys for a few minutes, hey, something to do, something to look at, just let me know if you don't like it. And there's our patty straw mushrooms in the liquid culture. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, as always, hit me up. Thanks for visiting us on the One Room Mushroom Farm today. Hope everything goes well for you, and anything you're trying out, anything new you're doing. Bye now.